Hello, Bridget Bartlett here. So, this week we are starting a new series to show you how to create a website that will work for you like an employee who never needs a day off and requires no paycheck. So, a lot of people think that creating a website is just creating a website. You put some images on there, you tell about your business, maybe a way to contact you, but we actually want to create a system behind that website that is going to make the website working for us. Okay. We don't just want it to be like an informational education piece about our website, which of course we need to do that. But there needs to be a system behind that. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about this week. And just to give you a kind of overview, I created this graphic here. So the basic website, okay, we're kind of working in reverse. All right. So, everyone, all of our customers, our leads, they're going to go to our website and they're going to be, of course, educated about our business and the services that we provide. Okay. And that is the goal of the website. All right. Now, the difference between a website and a funnel is basically the navigation. Okay. Many people may have a difference of opinion on that, but I describe it like the navigation. So, if you have a menu at the top where they can go to different pages within your website, that's going to be considered a website. A funnel would be where there is no navigation and there's just really one call to action on the page that you are guiding your lead to take. And that's usually a sales funnel is designed for lead generation. That doesn't mean that your website can't be designed for lead generation as well. But typically, if you do have a website where you want the navigation, the standalone, website that informs everyone about all of your services and everything you offer, then you do want to create that website there. Now, obviously, on the website, we need to have a way to collect the information. We need to have a way for our lead to contact us. And so we're going to create a form for that, which will then trigger the automations because we need to follow up with our leads once they've contacted us. So whether our business is, book an appointment or get a free quote or, book a demo or whatever our call to action is to, or maybe download an ebook, whatever that is, we need to follow up with them. And then, of course, we need to put them in our system where we're going to nourish those leads. Most times people don't take action with our business the first time. Used to be, we would say 7 to 10 times. Now they're saying like maybe even 20 times people need to interact with our business before they actually take action. And so our system needs to automate all of these things. What's great is that this is actually fairly easy to set up, even though you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, this is so complicated. There's so many steps. I'm going to walk you through all of this and you're going to get a really good overview and hopefully start thinking about the steps in your own website that you want to create and maybe some steps that you are missing that you need to incorporate in there. All right. The goal of this system is once you get it all set up, now all we need to do is start promoting our website. Okay. You could run ads to it if you want to. You could create different lead gen funnels that you want to use that will, of course, then lead back to the website. However, you want to structure all of that. But the goal is to just have that complete system. Okay. So let's walk through all of that today. Let me exit out of my little image here. And you'll see here that this is actually just a sample website. Now, I do recommend that you start with an idea. Okay. You can go to like templatemonster.com. You can look all over the website. You can look at your competition, but get some ideas as to what type of website you want to create and get a visual example. You don't want to definitely copy the website, but it's so much easier when you start with a plan. Okay. Now, just to dissect this website here, if I start from the top, all I see is like a section here, and it has the logo, it has the menu, and then it has a book, a call to action. We have the hero image here. We have a call to action. We have just a section here with some text and then an image. We have a section here that actually has the blog element. So if you wanted this style, you would need to create a blog and some blog posts, and then you would have that embedded here. We also, inside of HighLevel, we do have a reputation management. We have the blog builder as well, but we have reputation management, so you can just embed that Google review widget there. And then also there's the FAQ section down here, which we do have that element as well. And then we have just a basic footer. Okay. Now I want to show you how you can choose one of the templates that we have available. So I'm just going now inside of my high level account, and I am going to go to sites, and you'll see over here I'm on sites, and I'm going to go to new website. So if I want to choose from a template, I'm going to choose here, and you can see that we have lots and lots of different templates here. So you can choose from a category, or you could scroll through here. If you wanted to check one of them out, you could just click the preview and scroll through. You'll see we have the navigation and all of that because we're in the website section. So just find one that you want to use. And I've already downloaded one. So I'm just going to click in here, and that's the website that I showed you before. And you can see when I talk about website and navigation, we have the home page, we have contact page, we have an empty inner page, which would basically be like if you wanted to create an about us page or a services page or some other type of page inside of your website, so that you can actually have some type of a structure. They give you this basic page here. Okay, so you could actually just duplicate that 5 million times if you if you need to. We also have the thank you page. So, every website needs a basic thank you page. We have a calendar page. So if you do want people to book an appointment, that's important. And then also a link for the bio. Now, this is really important. And I love, love, love to use a bio link. This is really great for all of your social media. And of course, it looks really professional, but it's kind of a way on social that you can specifically guide them where you want them to go. So if you think of a mobile friendly, like super simplified website, that's what would be considered the bio link. A lot of people call it a link tree, but link tree is actually its own company who creates BioLink, and it's a BioLink, and it's really just a basic website with buttons. Okay, you don't really need like your own standalone website builder for that. Okay, so these are the pages that we have inside of this website. Now, like I said, you do want to choose like something to start from because you really want to have like a guide. Okay. So I'm just going to choose this website here. And let's say that we just want to recreate it. Okay. So I'm going to go back here now and I'm going to click new website. And this time we're going to start from scratch. And I'm going to call this marketing agency uh, template and create. So now I'm creating my website totally from scratch. And the very first thing that I like to do is I want to create a global header and a global footer. Okay. I'm basically just creating the layout of my page. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let it load here. Let me go ahead and refresh. Sometimes when I'm live. I do see Media Studio says, is this live going to be available to view later? Yes, wherever you're watching, you can view it later. I don't remove them. So let's see here. Where is my, oh, here we go. Create a new page. All right. So we're going to call this the home page. Okay. So I'm just going to create a path here. So let's say home. And if I did have a ClickFunnels funnel that I wanted to import, you could actually do that. And then it will be on the high level builder. So that's cool. But I'm just going to create a new page here. And then I'm going to add my sections. Like I said, the very first thing I like to do, I'm going to go create from blank. And then I'm going to add the section for my header and the footer. And then I'm going to add my hero image. And then that is going to really give me the foundation of my website. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to choose full width here. Choose full width. Oh, here we go. Oh, my computer runs slow sometimes. All right, here we go. So I have this. I'm actually just going to duplicate this, okay? So we have a section here, and we have another section here, and another section here. Now this is actually, I'm going to change the color of this so that it's more visible. And I'm going to change the footer here. So now we have a header and a footer. I'm going to go ahead and add a row here, and I'm going to add my menu. So I'm just going to go here now to the images, or I'm sorry, the menu element. So we have navigation menu. And within, if you're noticing what I'm doing here, I'm kind of just breezing over this. But within the high level builder, you have sections, and then you have these columns and elements inside. Okay, so you can see they're actually layers, and this is really similar to like click funnels or the Divi builder and things like that. It's very similar design. So you have, your basic sections here, and then you have these that you're dragging in. Okay. So you have the section, you add a row, and then you add an element. So I've added the section, the row, the element. I have my menu here. And of course, I could within this menu, I could change the background color. So if I wanted this to be like transparent, and let's say I wanted it to be transparent on mobile as well, I could also change the title of the menu, but we can't even see that right now. So we want this to be white so we can actually see what's on there. And then you also see we have this option over here for our logo. So if I wanted to scroll down here, you see that I have my logo. I can choose to have it or not. Let's just go ahead and click on here and let's upload a new image. Oh, things are moving so slow today. Let's see. I always rewatch your videos by going to a YouTube channel, or if you're a member, you can go to the playlist. Yeah. Yeah, you can always go to everything always stays on YouTube, the playlist, or you can even go to YouTube and then search the search bar there if you want to look for something specific. Okay, so we have our logo here. We have our menu and all of that. Okay, so let's say that this is exactly perfect how we want it. Now let's go ahead and let's create the footer as well. So I'm going to go add a column again. So we have our section, we have a column, and you'll see when you add that column, it actually puts like a row here. So it's like the blue here is the column, and then we have like first column. Okay, if I wanted this to be 2 columns, I could actually just duplicate this, and now you'll see that I have 2 columns. So if I wanted to like maybe do an image right here for my logo, uh, for my logo. So let's go here. I'm going to upload from gallery. You'll see that I already have this in this account. So now I have my logo there. Maybe I want to add some text here because I want to say like, copyright, or I want to add like my privacy policy or something like that. I can say managed by Vision. All right. Now, obviously that's black. So I want to make it white so that I can see it. So I'm going to choose white. Okay. So basically, this is what you want to do when you're creating this. Now, within all of these elements, you'll see that sometimes there's added space, and you can definitely play around with these and get basically any result that you're looking for by adjusting the padding. So let's say I'm going to click in here, and you'll see now we have margins and padding. So the margin is going to be on the outside. So that's going to be the space in between the elements, and the padding is going to be the space in here. So if I wanted to adjust, maybe I wanted to add space above managed and below managed. Okay. What I would want to do is click inside of this element, and I would want to go here to the margin, and I can add padding here. Okay, so let's click there and we'll add 10. So you can see now I've increased the space there. And then down here, I could also add 10. And then now I've increased the space there. Now let's say that there is another element here. I want to add space at the top. That's when I would use the margin. Okay, so let's go to like 20 margin, and you can see now it moved down there. Of course, if I wanted to take this back to the original, I could just make that 0. Okay, so that right there is going to be a lot of your adjustments that you're going to make to get the best result that you're looking for. Okay, now once you get your header and footer, those are basically the first things that I like to create. And I want to save these now as a global element. And this is super, super simple. All you need to do is click over here in the section, and we're going to save it. And I'm going to say header. And I'm going to add this. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can save these sections. You can save it as a template, which would allow you to just pull in on any website or funnel inside of your account, and it will allow you to basically, just like it says, use it as a template and make changes and all of that, and it won't change on any other page on your website. But if you want it to be a global section where you want it to stay that way, and every time you update it, you want it to update on every page within that website. You cannot use global sections like in one website and then go also use it in another funnel and then update one and then it will update the other. That's not how it has to be within that website or funnel that you're using using the global section. Okay. But what's cool about this is if you did want to add pages, or you want to update your logo, or you just want to change the design of your headers and footers, all you'd have to do is go to any of the pages that contain the global header or footer and then edit it there and save it. And then it will update on all of the other pages that have that same header and footer, the global. Okay. So if I just totally confused you, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to save this as a global section, okay, and save. And you can see when I do that, it changes this from green to purple all around here. And it says global and then the name that I gave it, which was header. Okay, so now that is my global header, and I'm going to add that to every single page on my web. So I also want to save my global footer because I want that to be dynamic and update on every page I have it on instead of having to do this individually. So I'm just going to call this footer. And I'm going to add this to the global sections, and you'll see here now it has changed to purple. So if I look on this website here, just using this as an example, now I need like a hero image, okay? So we already have this section here, so I'm going to add a row, and you can see here that this is kind of 2 columns, okay? So I'm going to add a row here, and I'm going to choose the 2 columns, and I'm going to drag it in that section. So here, if we look, we have kind of some headline text, some subtext, and then we have a button. Okay, so I'm going to add some text here. So I'm going to go headline, and then I'm going to go add more text. So let's do subheadline, and then now we have a button. So I'm just going to drag in that button here. And of course, I can make adjustments as I want. If I wanted to choose this exact copy, I could paste all that. I wouldn't really worry about the copy when you're just doing like the draft of your website. Just kind of get the flow of what you're looking for and the style. And once you get all of that, you can start duplicating your pages according to whatever your strategy is here. So I'm basically creating this. Of course, I can change this button. What does this button say? Request a consultation now. So if I wanted to change this text and this color, I could just make it blue there. I could choose my own color here if I wanted to. If I wanted to change what it says there, I could say book now. I could also choose the action here. So what do I want this when they click this button, what do I want to happen? Now, typically, and probably here, if I click that button, okay, so it's just a template, so there's no action here. But if it's on pop-up, then I can go here and I can edit my pop-up. So I'm going to do the same thing as I do on my basic website. I'm going to just add a section there. I'm going to add an element, and then I'm going to say, sign up. Okay, so this is like my call to action. Maybe I want a button, maybe I want a form, and I'm going to go over forms with you tomorrow and how you can add the forms and make sure the form's going to the right spot and all of that stuff. So just for today, I'm going to say sign up, and then this would be our call to action. Okay, so our button, we're looking here, open pop-up, that's the action we want it to take. So I'm going to go ahead and save now. Okay. Now, if I did want an image back here, I can just click there, and there are 2 different ways that you can add an image. All right. Now, if you go up here, you'll see that we have the layers. If you need to adjust the layers and you want to rearrange and edit things, this really helps with that. You also have the pages. So if I had multiple pages in this website, I could toggle between them. I could also add some tracking codes if I needed to do that for like Google tags or any CSS or anything. I could add CSS code there. I could also change the entire text or font of my website. So if I didn't like the default that it created here, I have lots of options that I can choose from. Let's just say I wanted Lato, and then maybe I wanted Arial. And then I could also choose what text color I want, and then the link text color. So when there is a link attached to that text, what color do I want it to be? And when you set all of that here, this is the like global settings of your website. So now every time you pull in a text element, it's going to be Lato, for example, or the content font will be Arial, and it will be these colors. Now you also have the background text, and this is where you could choose to add an image here if you prefer. If you wanted to, use parallax effect and things like that, and you can see how you would do that. here when you click on the section here. So I don't think that I have an image in here, but you can always go inside of your image gallery. You can go up here and let's look at backgrounds, and you can even search here. You also have Pixabay and Unsplash that you can choose from. Let's just say that I wanted to choose this one here. Then this would give me the whole background would be this color. Okay. I could choose, like I was saying, like the parallax effect. I could choose like no repeat, basically whatever style you want. Usually I'll do full width 100%. You can choose the background opacity and then what color is actually behind the background if you wanted to do that. So if I wanted to do purple or something like that and do like a heavy fade, there's lots of things that you can do according to, whatever style you're looking for. Okay. So once you have set all of that, then you can go to your panels and choose transparent. I mean, there's so many design things that you can do here to really customize and get the result that you're looking for. Okay. So we have our pop-up again. You also have the SEO data. So this is like when you share this on social media or when, it's found on Google, what is going to be the title of the page, the description, those things are going to show. Also keywords, this is great for SEO, the author, your social image. So when you share this link on social media, what do you want the share image to look like? And then you also can add some custom meta tags and links, and you can check out the preview there. Okay. Now you also, if you have any code here on your page, you can preview the code there without, having to look at it published. And then you have the ability to change the view here. All right. You can toggle between pages here. And then you can also toggle between the mobile view. A lot of times there will be like sections that you create that maybe look great on desktop, not so great on mobile. What you can actually do is duplicate that whole section. And what you want to do is edit this for mobile so that it looks great. And then you can just hide one and then show the other. For example, if I wanted this to be on mobile, I could just go to advanced and then I can hide it on desktop. When I click here, I can actually hide this on mobile. Okay. So I can do this and then go back to desktop. And then you'll see that that one is hidden. So we don't have duplicates here. Okay. So that's just a little tip for you if you're trying to customize for all of that. If you want to preview, you can check that out here. And then, of course, if you want to save, you can do that. And then when you publish, if you don't have a domain connected, it will prompt you to add a domain. If you already have a domain connected to the system, it will ask you if you want to choose between one of these domains, or you can actually click here to add a new domain, and then it will prompt you to go to your registrar and then add the appropriate records. Okay. Most, like if you're using Cloudflare or GoDaddy, most will just auto connect and it will add the record for you. And you really don't have to do much except log into your registrar. If you're using one of the others, it'll give you a record that you can add. Okay. So now that I'm going to go ahead and remove this background image though, because I just wanted to show you what it looked like and it kind of looks a little weird there. So I'm going to just remove this. And now we're back to just plain white. Okay. So I'm going to delete this here and let's go back here. Okay. So that section, we're going to click on that because I'm going to reverse that so that it now shows back on mobile. Okay. So when I showed you how to hide that, I basically just reversed it. So I'm actually going to give some space now because you can see here, sometimes, we don't want like to be blank space here, right? This is going to be our hero area, but we want it to be like additional sections. So let's go ahead and add an additional section here. And we're going to go here. Let's add full width. And of course, if we're looking at like our example that we're using here, we have this area here. So it's basically an image and the text, and it's the opposite side of what this text was. So let's go ahead and let's just duplicate this. And I'm actually just going to swap these two sides. So super easy. Okay. So, of course, we can play around with the background and all of that, but it's just really important when you're first getting started, just get the structure that you want. All right. So over here now I have an image. So I'm going to add my image. You can see when you start with an idea, it's so much easier because you don't have to kind of like think and build at the same time. Okay. So, I shouldn't have deleted that. So we're going to do undo. And now I have my button back. All right. I'm going to save that. And so this is the basic structure that we're looking for. We can even add some space here. So let's go back up here to our margin and let's say, let's add 20. And at the bottom here, let's add 20 here. Okay, so now we're getting some more space. And of course, you want to play around that with that and get the result that you're looking for. So we just want to continue building on. Let's see, the next section is we have our blog element. Okay, so now you do need to go to the blog builder and build out your blog if you want to add this element. But all you need to do is click here. I'm going to go to add this column. I'm going to go to add element, and then I'm going to go to my blog post. So I'm going to pull that in here. So within the blog posts, you can see this one right here. It's vertical. So we have some text here, like we have some headline text, we have some subheadline text, and then we have our blog element. So this way is actually like the standard way, but if you wanted it to be vertical, you could choose that. Of course, you could choose like how many you want showing on the page, and then you have lots of customizations and all of that within here to make it look how you want it, just like this one here. Okay, so the next section here is going to be our Google reviews. Now, you do need to have your Google reviews or your Google account connected to your sub account to pull in the Google reviews. But once you have that connected, all you need to do is go to the element that says reviews. But first, we need to add a section. So I'm going to go add another full width section. I'm going to click here to add a row. I'm going to make it the same row here. I'm going to click here and add my Google reviews. And like I said, it won't pull anything in because I don't have a Google account attached here, but you can actually, there we go. So it's just kind of pulling in, I guess, my other account there. Okay. So the next step here, okay, so let's add this text here at the top. All right, so super easy. Let's just click here. Let's add up here some text. I'm going to pull this in on top, and we can add some subtext here. Here we go. So now we have that there. So we're kind of getting that same look. Okay, see what our customers say and so on. So what is the next thing under here? Okay, so we have a button. So let's go ahead and if we want to stay in the same section, okay, you see we're in the green here. And then as we kind of go in, you'll see now we're in the column. And then inside of the column, we have a review widget, we have subheadline text, and then we have the headline text. So I want to stay in that same section here, and I want to just click here to add a button. Okay, so I'm going to just add that button there. Now, in the next section, we have frequently asked questions. Okay, so we have some more text here, we have some subheadline text, and then we have an FAQ section. So I'm going to go ahead and add another section here. I like to use full width usually. And I'm going to choose the rows. And we only have one row that we're going to worry about here. So we have frequently asked questions. So I'm going to drag in some text here. Let's just choose a headline text. And let's click the button underneath it and choose subheadline text. And then now we can choose, go back here, the FAQ section. So let's go to add the plus sign. And let's go down to where we see FAQ, and then we can drag that in. Now, when you want to edit your FAQ, first you have all of these examples over here. You can choose, you can go to advanced. There's lots of different options that you have to really customize it and get the look that you're going for. Here, it looks like what they've done is just duplicate it. So if you wanted like that side by side look, you could just create 3 here, and then we could just duplicate this section here. So let's do this. I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so we have this purple area. That's what we want to duplicate. Okay, now you can see when we duplicated the purple area, because we had this text here, it was inside the purple area, which was the column. So if we want that to not be duplicated as well, all we need to do really is we can just add another column. So I'm going to go here, add another column. We're going to put this right on top. I'm going to drag this text here. I'm going to drag this text here. And then I'm just going to duplicate or delete rather this here. All right. So now, I mean, do you want a border around it. These are all things that you can easily customize, but you see how we could easily duplicate that process there. And then, of course, you have your contact us, and then all of the address, and then your social media icons. If I wanted to add the icons down here, because you see I just have the two areas, you could actually, let's click to delete this paragraph text. Let's go over here and let's go to elements. And if you can't find the social, which I usually just will scroll forever before I type it in, but you could also type it in and search for it. So now I'm just going to grab this social elements here, and then I can customize and put whatever social elements that I want to have here. You can also click here and then edit, the icon, and choose if you want it to open up in a new window and so on. Okay, so lots of things that you can do there to really get the look that you're going for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save that. And remember that footer here is global and our header is global as well. So now when I go back here, okay, let's say that I just love this. And there's so many other like customizations and things, but I don't want to keep you guys here for 5 years while I go through all of this. But you get the basic structure and the basic function of the tools. Okay, so definitely play around with them, see what kind of results that you get that you like. Now, once you have your header and footer created and the basic layout, like I was saying, all you need to do is just go and duplicate this page. Okay, so I'm going to clone the website in this page, but I could also choose another location inside of my HighLevel account, and I could also choose another website inside of my account as well. So if I wanted to go to a completely different sub account and then add a page to that sub account's website, I could even do that. Okay, so it's really kind of crazy what you can do. But just to make it simple, I'm just going to clone this page inside this same website. Okay, so now when I do that, all I need to do now is just change the settings here of, like, obviously it's not the home page. Maybe it's the about us page. Okay, so I just want to change this here. And then I'm going to update the page. And when I go in here, you'll see if I go to edit the sections that are global, that it will also update on the home page as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you how to add a page in the menu. And then you'll see that when we go back to the home page, that it will update that as well. So I'm going to go now. Let's just add this. We'll say test. And let's just say we're going to, this is fine. Let's just say we're going to send it to a website, and we're going to, that URL is going to be fine. And we're not going to have it open in a new tab. So this is going to be fine. So I'm going to click save now and save. And you can see that test has been added to that website, or to the header here. You can also see that it's still global. It's purple. You can also see none of this is, so we can actually change this however we want to. It's not going to change on any page, but down here, this is still global. Okay, so let's go back now to our home page. And if we pull this up, the live view, you'll see that it's already been updated with test inside of the menu. There we have test. Okay. So that is really how easy it is to create a website on HighLevel. Now, if you're completely overwhelmed by this, definitely just go back, create a template. Okay. You don't, you're not going to be a hero. The function of this website is to get a working system. Okay. So if you're brand new to web design and you're like, I don't even know how to create images and this is so overwhelming, just use one of the website templates and then just change the text. Leave the images the same if you need to. You can also go to Canva. You can use that option in the media gallery for Unsplash to help you get stock images to use for your website. Okay, so if you're brand new, completely overwhelmed by that, definitely just choose one of the templates available. Okay, now tomorrow, like I said, we're going to talk about how to create a form, how to attach the form to your website, and make sure everything is going the same place so that we can build out the rest of our system. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me. And again, if you want to create a free trial of HighLevel, go ahead and go to bridgetbartlett.com and you can check out all of my bonuses. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone, so I'll see you there.